Hey YouTube, my first guest today is a very interesting personality. I met him a few months ago when he was competing for Mr Model Patkai, and of course he won the title. He's the winner, and I'm really excited that he's here tonight on my show. Please help me welcome the amazing Tamin Logan, winner of Mr Model Patkai Season 1 2022. Hey buddy!
Hey, Pranam.
How are you?
Currently, I am in the EU camp, and we managed the time for this interview, and I'm really excited for what's coming up, what will come up in this interview. Let's see. Let's go on with it.
I'm really excited that you're here. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I was watching your video when I got to know about you. It was 3 months back, and since then, yeah, whenever I get time, I go to YouTube, and yeah, I do see your videos, especially when you do the video with the pretty girls.
Those are the things that is interesting, of course. Hey, I met you a few months ago when you were competing for Mr. Model Patkai. Congratulations once again for winning.
Yeah, thank you.
So your journey has been amazing so far. As far as I know from your pageantry world, you were also the model Patkai, Mr. Patkai.
So it was all because of this Mr. Patkai that everything started. It was when we came first in October when I joined this college, and then in November it was all started for Mr. Patkai. And like they were asking a good contender from like all the tribes as possible. Since our college we have tribal unions as well. Those tribal unions, they come under SUPCC. It's always better to represent your family. When we say union, it's just union for a namesake. Actually, we more or less we are like a family together. So I represented my family in a way, and by God's grace, yeah, I got Mr. Patkai.
And then one thing led to another, and then you contested for Mr. Model Patkai. You won the title. How does that make you feel, just leading from one journey to another?
Like I would like to add this. This Mr. Patkai was very exceptional, because in a way it was first time when the first and second years were contesting for the same time. So it would be like maybe over too much, but that's the fact that I'm the first Mr. Patkai who contested with the second years as well, and by luck and by hard work and by God's grace I got through, and this gave me confidence. And it boosted my morale, and this was one of the main reasons which helped me to like step up for Mr. Model Patkai.
I love that. Interesting. I was there with you the whole time when you were competing, when you were on stage, and after you won the title, you told me that you were not nervous at all competing on stage.
Actually, I would share one very beautiful line that's also written in the Bible, at the same time one of my favorite book. It says, "Where your heart is, there lies your treasure." It is in Matthew chapter. I forgot the exact verse, but you guys can find it out. And it is also quoted by Paulo Coelho in his famous book Alchemist, which has sold more than 65 million copies worldwide. So I believe that. And then for me, I feel like the stage is my home. I really enjoy it, and what more to say? I don't like when I go to stage. I feel like this is where I belong, and this is where my heart lies. So I feel like the stage is my treasure for me. So at that very moment, for the first few moments, yeah, like every human would be, I was also a bit nervous. But when the time went by and few minutes I spent on the stage, it felt more familiar with it. Like it felt more familiar at the same time. The stage it kind of welcomes me. That's how I take it. I don't know how the people do it in their own perspective. It might be different, but for me it works that way. I feel like the stage is calling me, and like I should be there, and then like I should be owning the stage. That's my very basic perspective when I go to stage. That's why I was not feeling nervous, and I honestly told it to you. It might have sounded
Yes.
a bit heroic or a bit exaggeration, but yeah, that was it.
Your passion to be on stage and your confidence on stage has brought you thus far. So I'm sure that it must make you feel proud or be like, oh, I did it. Did you, in any way or in any sense, made you feel or you felt that way?
Uh, I have not achieved a very like too many things in my life, but like in certain district level competitions, school level, yeah, I have won. And at the same time, everything, even Mr. Model Patkai, even Mr. Patkai, everything counts. You have to be confident, you have to be bold enough, and then you have to be honest with what you are speaking of. It should be a fact, and then the things should you believe in. It shouldn't be like you are saying something to impress people. It should be an original idea, and like everything, it a little by little, as while I was answering a question like regarding the corruption, a little bit, by bit, everything it adds up, as it is said in Hindi, one of the poem, like boon boon se sagar banta hai, like every single drops, it accumulates, it that's what forms the ocean. So every little and every single attribute, they come together, and I believe that's what makes a winner like stand apart, and then that's what a winner is like.
Staying grounded, that's what you mean.
I would say, yeah, exactly. Thank you for
So,
helping me out.
it's my pleasure. I just have to ask this. When the final moment came to crown the winner, did you expect that you would win in any way?
Like as the competition was going on, we were only top four left, and one guy who was a very good contender. Actually, even he got the title of Mr. Popular, and then he was very punctual, and like he was doing one of the best contender, and then he also got Mr. Personality. So if he made like good impression during his speech hour, I thought it would be a really competition, a real one, and I might not even get a chance to win it. Like, and moreover, I think this was the first pageant where after question round there was also an extra speech round. So while I was looking other videos and all, this idea was very unique, and I felt it's a nice way of finding out who has a real caliber, or like who has more insight in like whatever they are doing. Like, do they have enough awareness about the topics that are being revolving in the current situation? So when only four of us were left, and when we were done with our speeches, so I had a bit of jinx, or like bit of, how do I say, idea that yeah, I might get through, if not first, at least second. So I would say I had a bit of confidence in that. After one of the best contender, he couldn't deliver his speech because of some personal problems that I am not aware of.
All right. So now fast forward to after the speech was over, the example speech was over, the winner was announced. So what was your reaction winning again?
My reaction, as Miss Munu has stated, that like the expression was the best part. While we went to the backstage, we were just talking with everyone. Like Sir Opong was there, Munu was there, and then Bro Trington, because of some work, he had to go early, and then others were also there, like Bro Vika and all. And we were just talking about my expression. Like, I didn't know it would make such an impact. I think I given too much over expression. Like currently, I'm giving it right now. Like expression is always over my face, and I did some hand gesture, yes, and like I don't know how to make it out, but
yes,
I did. I suddenly, out of nowhere, subconsciously, I gave a lot of expressions. You were the one who were like watching over us, so you should be more aware of it, I think.
But I wanted to know from you, obviously, because you were on stage, and then the moment came. So, I mean, you just did it, you nailed it, and then you won. So, and then after after the winner was announced, you were the winner, of course, and then you came to the red carpet. And one thing that really struck my mind was you want to be a politician. Is that right? Has that been a dream of yours since childhood?
Talking about childhood dreams, like I believe every one of us had a lot of dreams. Like someday you want to become an army officer, someday you want to become a lawyer and administrative officer, and someday you want to be a politician. You want to rule the state, the country. So, like in every aspects of life, like in all the spheres, I always had it in me. Like at the end, first I have to make a base. That's my person prayer, like most I keep as my priority in my life. Maybe after my graduation or like when in my like middle ages, first I'll make my base, and the end profession or the end aim, like, or the end goal would be a political like career. That's what I want to pursue, because we see that, honestly speaking, especially in Arunachal, Nagaland and the other northeast states along with other parts of India, we see people talk about good politics, clean election, good politics, and good governance. But where do you see it? Just as for example, the like making a statement on politics is not a very good thing for us. But I would like to do it today, because since we have taken about the topic on the politics as a career, you see, even just for example, we can take Nagaland. It got independence in like statehood in 1960s. So you see, it is more than like 60 years plus by now. And at the same time, other states like Arunachal, it got independence in 1970s, statehood in 1970s. You see the difference, but the developmental level is somewhere same. So because of the political failure, the leadership failure, many of the Indian states, not just these two states, many Indian states are lagging behind. So I would love to try my best, like to be a good politician. So although I know that words cannot be proven or cannot be taken as an accountable one, but if given a chance, yeah, sure, in my future I would really love to be a politician.
Mm-hmm. And I would say that in my accordance of hearing you speak and seeing you on stage, you would make a great politician, Logan.
Yeah, thank you. And I am for sure that if like the hard work you put into, and then like all the troubles you go through, but then you never give up, the attitude of yours is gonna surely take you somewhere high in your society, and then you'll surely get your deemed reward when the time comes.
Mm-hmm. Hard work never lets you down. Now that you've won Mr. Model Patkai, you are now competing for Mr. Dimapur 2022. So what are you expecting from Mr. Dimapur?
Before going to that question, I would like to take you to my another journey. That's Mr. Ekaritin. I was told that Mr. Ekaritin is the biggest inter-college event in whole of Nagaland, because it is being sponsored and then being conducted in National Institute of Technology, Nagaland. And since we all know that there's only one NIT, and the cash prize and then the stage they have, it's really expensive. So in a way, it's not my view, but the ones who have already graduated, the ones who are in working, they claim it that Mr. Ekaritin is the biggest platform for an inter-college event, like for a male pageantry, like as a male pageantry event. So I did went there before going to Mr. Dimapur. We had a good time with our choreographer Lojum. I don't know how to spell her name correctly, because I'm not very good at cooking Naga names.
Mm-hmm.
And then there I couldn't get the winner title, but I got second.
Congratulations to that.
Oh yeah, thank you. As it was given that if the winner of Mr. Model Patkai will directly go to Mr. Dimapur as a finalist, and at the same time the winner of Ekaritin would go to Mr. Global Nagaland, or Mr. Grand Nagaland, Mr. Grand Nagaland, and the runners of the second guy would go to Mr. Dimapur as a finalist. So in a way, I'm going to Mr. Dimapur as finalist from two sides, one from NIT and one from Patkai. And coming to your question, like what I am expecting from Mr. Dimapur, honestly speaking, there are like a lot of opportunities when you are Mr. Dimapur. You directly go to Mr. India International as a finalist. So it itself is a very big opportunity. Since like many contenders from all over India, they come for Mr. India International, and then say moreover they are physically also quite huge in compared to the northeastern people, especially like a guy like me. I'm just 5'7". So sometimes even if you have talent, because of physical stature in the modeling industry, you might be like your profile might get rejected. So in a way, it's giving me a secure ticket. It will give me a secure ticket to Mr. India International, where if I have a good personality, if the God wills, if there's God's willing, then just like brother Meren Zungba Longkumar, I might be not just me, the second, whoever wins the second season of Mr. Dimapur can also be the winner of Mr. India International 2023. And adding to that, like as a Mr. Dimapur, it will also make my influence even more deeper in our present Naga society. So I am very much fond of influence. Influence gives you power. So if I have the influence, I can kind of create awareness. Like I can spread awareness, since I am also part of our Red Ribbon Cross Society of our college. I am part of Red Cross Society of our college, NSS, NCC, and many more. So in a way, I can share whatever I have learned through my WhatsApp, through my Instagram, and then through other social media platforms as well to the other people. And not just what I have learned, like I can also connect people who know more than me with the people, those who need to learn. So I can be the bridge as well. So I have a lot of expectation from Mr. Dimapur. And bro, Zaren, I was asked this question the question was also asked by the Mr. Dimapur executives. So at that time I told them, I'll tell them this after the end of the program, like end of the event. But now I'm revealing it. So I don't know if I'm doing justice to them, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you for answering that. You know, Mr. Dimapur is again one of the biggest pageants in Nagaland. We had Mr. Meren Zungba, you know, he won the title. Now he's representing us nationally. So does that in any sense, you know, give you a pressure that, oh, I need to do my best or something like that? Do you feel pressured?
When I met our brother Meren during his felicitation program, it does give us a pressure. Like the first season itself has taken up the level up to this high. I mean, the level is no more in the surface. It has already gone like it's skyrocket now. Like it is multi-story building now. So I have to climb it up, or at least I have to try from myself. So honestly speaking, yeah, it is. In a way, it is pressurizing not just me, but all the contenders.
Of course, it's gonna be a tough competition.
It is. Even this time, for Mr. Dimapur, many different pageant winners like Mr. Sumi, Mr. Crown Nagaland, and the guy, a friend of mine who won Mr. Ikaritin, and he's also Mr. Crown Nagaland, Hinoka, and then like many experienced guys, like my friends are there, Lemha and Roshan and Toto. There are many good contenders as well, from like freshers and Mr. Freshers from different colleges, like Zekikon. So the competition is really high, and we recently had actually our official photo and video shoot, and I saw there are many talented guys, the way they portray themselves, their energy level. So it is really gonna be a good competition.
I've seen the updates going on from Mr. Dimapur, and it is definitely going to be a very tough competition. But nevertheless, Logan, I know that you will do amazing. So, all the best. Do well.
I'll do my 200. I'll give my 200%. But at the same time, I need support of all the people who are out there. The one of the most important thing is, although I'm honestly I'm not a very religious person, but I believe like we are get to see every day, like we are alive. It itself is a gift. But I would also like to have another gift, like another gift of protection, at least till the event is over. I just got to see that one of the contender, he met an accident, and then during the photo shoot and video shoot, it was really difficult for him to like move around. You see, if that happens to me, it will be really difficult thing, and I don't want any one of us to undergo that. So, like whoever is watching this video of ours, may please remember us in your prayers, to your own God, to whoever you worship.
I know for a fact that you will be fine. You were mentioning this even when you were competing for Mr. Model Patkai, that you were very happy that you were all healthy and well to compete. So I'm sure that even this time you will be all healthy and well to compete 100%. Will give your 100%. So just do all the best. Just give your best, and I'm sure that everything will turn out great, Logan.
It really means a lot. Actually, the way you say your words now, it's very friendly and then very warm. It feels like you're just gonna come over here and then hand me a cup of tea, and then we'll just drink together, have some talk.
I would love to give you a cup of coffee, but we're doing this virtually. So, but next time, I hope we get to do this offline, physically.
But you can give me a glass of water.
I can give you a glass of water. I'll just parcel you.
Yeah.
very good water.
Just say it. Just say the glass is yours, and the glass will just come out from the screen.
Okay, the glass is yours. Okay, there you go.
Oh, it's so cute. I owe you one.
All right, you're drinking it right now.
So
Amazing.
the water is from Mr. Zaren's company.
Yes.
Please buy water from him. The mineral water he supplies is amazing.
Amazing, you guys. You guys have to check out the website, have to buy, and I'm sponsoring Logan this time for the water. All the best.
And please do follow brother Zaren, and then also me. All of us need each other's support, and then this way we can grow. Before ending this note, I would like to share one story. A story, in a sense, a practice that is followed by the Arabian tribes. So Arabian tribes, they are known for their very ferocious nature. They are very raw in a way, especially in the olden days. So the brothers used to fight among themselves. But when it comes to an outsider, when their neighbors, they come in between, like when the neighbor starts fighting with his brother, even though both the brothers were fighting together, they'll join forces and they'll fight against the neighbor together. And if an outsider, like from different colony, comes and attacks the neighbor, even though they were fighting with the neighbor, they'll club together as a force, and then they will fight with the different colony members. And at the same time, if that colony members, that guy from a different part of the district, been attacked from another part, like other areas, then the whole district will come together and fight. So this way, there was a way of like connection between them through lineage, through bloodline, and then through language, through society. They used to connect. Like when an outsider force is attacking them, they'll just join forces again, regardless of their internal conflict. Thus, this way the Arabians were able to subjugate not just Persians, not just Asia Minor, but most of the Roman area, the Northern Africa, the Spain, and then they were at the last. The Constantinople was being thrown open by the Turkish forces, and the Arabians, they also made it through to India, through Kabul and all. So you see why I'm sharing this story today. It is because currently we, the upcoming generation, like the one who wants to bring a change in the society, like the bro Zaren is doing a very wonderful job here. So people like him, and then the other hardworking people should be supported at first. We just go to watch other YouTube videos, and then like we share and all. We do share about BT. Actually, bro Zaren, you know, a friend of mine, she shared me a YouTube link, and I was like, okay. And she told me, please like and share. So I just went there, and I saw it was the BTS new song video, the music video that come out, and it was like it was not reaching the expectations. So the fans were trying to make up, like bring viewers from like other parts, like the people who never watched them. So if you guys, if the people can do that much for the ones they don't even know, and they're not gonna even showcase their love for you, but the people who are right here, whenever you need them, they can help you out, and they can also play a part. At the same time, they can also improve the economy if they have if they get more surplus amount of like money and all through their work. So I would request everyone to please support like the people who are in and around you working hard, as we say, vocal for local. I think today is the right moment to start with. And would you like to add something?
Truly said, Logan. I mean, you've said it all. I have nothing to say.
Yeah, thank you.
Logan, 5 years down the road from now, where do you see yourself in terms of career, in terms of life? Where do you see yourself?
The question itself made me thirsty.
All right, you can have the water and
So,
answer.
5 years down the line, I have a lot of plans to do. Like next year, after this year, I will be competing for a different pageant, obviously, and then the following year, I think from now up to 2 years, I would be like competing here and there. So I would be really busy. At the same time, I'll be keeping up with my studies. So it now remains 3 more years, because 2 years I'll be working as a part-time maybe modeler if I get chance. And then the remaining third year, it's very subjective, the question itself. Even though I might say I will be like doing this and that, but the situation, it might vary us, like it might trip us to a different place. But for me, I see myself in the 5 years with a concrete plan to what to execute, and then I see myself as creating the base floor for my plan, for my master plan I have in my mind, which I'm really sorry I cannot share, because I believe the more you share, the weaker your plan gets. So I would keep that to myself, but I can give you a hint that by 5 years down the line, the first base would be ready.
Truly said, Logan. I hope that whatever you have plans in mind, you get to succeed and achieve those plans.
So I know it is your show, but can I take the limelight a bit?
Please, it's yours.
Yeah.
This is your moment to shine, Logan.
Since you do a lot of interviews to the people, what if a person approaches you for an interview? How would you react?
Okay. I mean, you yourself know that I've done a lot of interviews with so many personalities. So if somebody approaches me for an interview, I would be very happy to give an interview. That's what I would do. I would say yes.
And then, what are your 5 favorite questions? Like, what are the 5 favorite questions that you like to ask?
So, basically, the 5 questions that I really, really love to ask is, what are their inspirations? How was the reaction when they achieved something? What are their future plans? And then what kind of advice they would like to give the youngsters these days? And the last question is, what would they want to achieve?
So, may I ask you one thing?
Sure.
I'll just ask
Logan.
you one question from your 5. Like, what do you want to achieve?
What do I want to achieve? For me, I've always been the kind of a person who is opportunistic, someone who likes to grab opportunities. So what I want to achieve is I want to grab as much as opportunities as I can in this lifetime when I'm trying to grow and build myself, and through those opportunities I want to make sure that I am becoming successful. So my plan is to grab as much as opportunities as I can and become successful from that.
I think I got the point that you are trying to grab every opportunity, at the same time you want to learn from it and then grow as much as you can.
Yes.
Did I get it correctly?
Yes, you got it correctly. Yes. Logan, one last question before we wind this up. You yourself, you know that there are so many aspiring youths out there, aspiring individuals, whether they want to be a singer, a dancer, or whether they want to join civil services, or whether they want to go into the pageantry world. So is there any advice that you would like to give to those aspiring individuals?
As I mentioned, the quotation from Matthew chapter, and then from my favorite book, where your heart is, there lies your treasure. Try to find it out. I really enjoy reading. I'm a full-time reader. At the end, it's not like I read 24/7, but I read. So that's what I like. And then I like to be on stage. It's not like the limelight, but the stage itself is enough for me. So try to find out what is your passion, like when do you get that fire inside you. If I stand on the stage, that's what indulges a sense of power in me. A thing that I like, I get it. I get to know through it. Like when I stand there, when I go there, when I say something. So every person will have a very different set of feeling when they are doing a very different kind of works. So try to work it out. God everywhere. Try, like as Bro Zaren has said, he wants to grab every opportunity. At least have a taste of it. Who knows, your real idol, the thing you have been doing, might be just a sidelining work for you. Just for example, this pageantry work is a part-time for me currently. But who knows, it might be God's plan. God might be taking me in a different way. And your God, whoever you follow, might have a different plan for you. And the plan might just close if you don't hit to the signals or don't hit to the omens, as we say. So before even the door closes, you won't even find the door. So at the end, the concluding advice for everyone would be, even to the elderly people, like the middle-aged one, it's never too late. Try whatever you can, and then experiment everywhere. So at the end, somehow, even if you don't find your 100% a thing that you are very much interested into, but you at least get to the position where, or a job or a profession which connects with you at least up to 90% or 80%, which itself is quite enough. Because in America, more than 70% of the employees, they're not satisfied with their job. So what's the point in that, even if you are a doctor? So I would say, as I have said, just try to find your own passion through experimentation, and then through your own smart work at the same time.
Amazing advice, Logan. Find the fire within you. I love that. Thank you so much for giving us that wonderful advice. I hope that whoever is watching this feels inspired, motivated, and encouraged by your advice. Logan, thank you so much for coming to my show. I loved having you, honestly.
Yeah, I'm very much thankful to you indeed. As you know how I made it through to come here, since I was in a cab, it was a bit difficult. But as a thank, I would like to share one of the favorite line, one of the favorite poem. So, although I share it with many people, but at the same time I share it in important places. So I feel this is one of it, and this is for you. It is written by William Wordsworth, It says, this actually what keeps me going in this stressful world. So, who's so lovely, dark and deep, I have promises to keep. Miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Yeah, thank you for having me, Zaren.
Oh my gosh. Such an amazing poem, Logan. Thank you for sharing with me. I love it. And then I know that you will be going ahead with the groomings from Mr. Dimapur. So wishing you all the very, very best. I will be watching you, Logan. And hopefully I see you next time again.
Let's hope so. Let's meet in a different sphere of life, and where we both of us have had something, like we achieved something, and then we can enjoy it together, probably.
Surely, Logan. Surely. Alright, once again, thank you so much, Logan, for coming. And to Logan friends, thanks for watching if you're watching. And Logan, hey, have an amazing night. Thanks for being here. Take care.
Yeah, thank you.